Oh, we have Natasha. Natasha's here as well.
Hello.
Natasha and
Hi.
Kemal, how are you both doing today? You both doing okay?
Yes, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. I've had a good week where people haven't thrown eggs at me, which is quite nice. How about you, Natasha? Has anybody thrown eggs at you, or has it been a good week?
No, nobody's thrown eggs at me, and unfortunately, I didn't get to throw any eggs myself.
So anybody who's wondering what's going on, Kemal, why were people throwing eggs at you? Why? You're a nice person. I've worked with you before. We're friends. People throw eggs at you. This is new. Tell me more.
Some might disagree. I mean, I must have built up a reputation over time. But we currently run the crowdfunder, and I sillily volunteered to be egged if we reached a certain milestone. So we've just exceeded the 5K milestone, and
yep.
I threw myself in the deep end and got egged by my very enthusiastic children.
So your children threw eggs at you, and did they? Please tell me they didn't have smiles on their faces when they were throwing eggs at their dad.
We're rolling around, absolutely having a laugh. My eldest, my 16-year-old, he's got a good left hand on him, so
now,
you see keeling over, it's probably him that's doing it.
I'm hoping you didn't allow them to hard boil them though, because that would be just over the line, I think, wouldn't it? They were runny eggs.
Funny enough, my daughter did mention, is it going to be hard-boiled eggs or raw eggs? So she's the cruel streak in her. She's obviously got the filmmaker streak in her. But yeah, no, for me, yeah, no, raw eggs, thank God. It was raw eggs.
And this was filmed as well, so people can they watch this film of you being abused by your children?
Absolutely. Excuse me. It's all over our crowdfunding campaign, and it's also on our social medias, Haunting of the Lady Jane, where you can see it all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So there's links to it absolutely everywhere, and I've had loads of good comments from loads of good people that I know about the video. So anyone can find it online if they search The Haunted of the Lady Jane.
So the crowdfunding thing wasn't so that you could get egged. Well, just to put that, the haunting is for the crowdfunding is for the haunting of the Lady Jane. So what is the Lady Jane, and how is Natasha involved in it? I am to know the answer to that, so it sounds like a real cop-out question, but some people don't. So Natasha, you can talk for a bit. We'll let Egg Boy take a bit of a rest there for a second.
Egg Boy, that's Egg your Boy. New name. Amazing.
Sorry, Ken.
So the Lady Jane is actually a boat, a canal boat, and the haunting is the haunting of the people who happen to be on board of the boat. There is a deity, come demon, ghostly creature who haunts the canals in England, and she feeds on the souls of sinners who happen to be on the canal. So we are following some sinners who happen to cross her path.
And this sort of story came from your mind, didn't it, Kemal? Originally, you've written it. You've written the story. You're directing the film. Where did this? I mean, we both sort of stayed in an area that has canals going up and down, and we're no stranger to Kemal. I can't speak today, so it's not doing well. I'm still thinking about you getting egged. We're no stranger to canal boats. So, but where did the haunting of the Lady Jane story come from?
It started out as an initial idea between myself and another writer when we were developing it. The initial story, Mike Haller, another really talented writer, we were kind of throwing ideas around, and we kind of developed a script, and it was called Gods and Ghosts at the time. So it was a very different beast completely from what it is now. And I kind of took the idea, and I've always had a love and a fascination with folklore, horror, and mythology. So I kind of took myself down to the canal side one time and just sat down and wrote loads of notes about a story that I would want to tell about people haunted on a canal. And then the idea just spun, and then me and Natasha had loads of meetings about characters and the way she wants to push different strong female characters in stories, and we kind of merged those two ideas and create The Haunting of Lady Jane, which follows the story of Lily, who's running from a life-shattering experience, and now she's become a famous writer on female empowerment, and she decides to take her newest subject, who she's writing a book about, Zara, on this trip to kind of do research on her. And along the way they managed to kind of serendipitously get on this canal boat with this very mysterious man called Willard, and the three of them end up having this very strange journey down the river, and the river is a very obviously a subtextual, you know, a metaphorical journey for the journey of life, but also the kind of dark journeys that we can fall into in certain periods of our lives. And it was just almost like a coming together of all the ideas that I've had previously that fell straight into this script. And I'm really happy with the script, and Natasha's really excited, and I'm talking for her here, but I know she's really excited about the script too. And we've got such a great cast and crew attached to the film, and we're so excited about doing it. And that's why we're kind of pushing the crowdfunder so hard to try and get this film to become a reality, because it is such a passion project for all of us.
And crowdfunding, as you know and as we all know, is exhausting, isn't it? Do you not think?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's 100%. It's a 24/7 job. It's, you know, it's definitely not a 9 to 5, but it's worth it, because the people that we've interacted with so far have been so supportive. Like the horror community, I don't think there's a community like it anywhere in any industry. The horror community is so passionate about horror film, like I am, because I'm a horror fan myself, and they've really got behind the project. But you know, we've come to that stage in the crowdfunder where we really need that push to really reach, you know, our mark of £25,000, and we just need those extra people to come in and really start pushing it and backing it and getting behind it, because we've got some great perks. We've got some amazing perks. I think, you know, we've got a ghost hunt. You can come on a ghost hunt.
I saw that one.
And that's running out. We've only got one seat left, or 2 seats left. Natasha, have we got 2 seats left on that one?
I think we've got 2.
Yeah, I think we've got 2 left on that one. So that one's actually running out. So that was quite a popular one. So, but we've got some amazing, you know, for people that love DVDs, we've got or Blu-ray. So if they're collectors, physical media collectors like I am, they can, you know, grab perks like that. There's associate producer and exec producer credits, you know, and with our exec producer credits, it's a little bit different from just getting your name on a credit. On this one, you get a point in the film. So you actually point net profits in the film as well. We're already talking to distributors. We've already got a couple of distributors lined up who are just buying at the teeth to get hold of the film. So we know that if we can just cross that line, this film is going to reach a big audience. And we're obviously going to be pushing it into all the top horror film festivals as well, because we want to interact and watch the film with an audience. That's something we're really passionate about as well.
Yeah.
So we really, really want to get this over the line for the crowdfunder, so we can just get on that boat and make a really scary ghost story.
So as much as there will be DVDs and Blu-rays, this film is being shot for the big screen, isn't it?
Absolutely. With all my ideas, I've got lofty, grand ideas of what.
I do not doubt it, because I know that I've worked with you on bits and pieces in the past, and I was telling somebody the story of something, which I'll tell you the story as well. It's like, so being on a film location with you, Kim, I would, you know, obviously be immersed in everything that's around me, and I would be watching you pointing the DSLR camera at whatever you were filming, and I'm going, oh, that looks cool, and this, that, and the other. And then I would see the finished footage, and it would blow my mind, because I'm like, how that wasn't there, that wasn't on the scene, but it was. You've got such a knack with a camera that it's, you know, you're not just a point at something and capture it type thing. You're so inventive when it comes to the cinematography side of things. It still blows my mind to this day, and it's years since I've hung out with you and watched you film stuff. I've learned so much.
We'll have to do it again. You'll have to come on set.
We will.
If you over the line for the crowdfunder, come on set. You know? Obviously, you know, you've got free access. You can come anytime. So just, you know, that would be great. I mean, thank you very much. It's very, very nice of you to say so. But it's obviously years of experience, and I've learned and I've shadowed a lot of fantastic people, and that's where I've picked up a lot of tips. So,
and I've shadowed fantastic people, you being one of them.
It's down to the people that it's down to the people that I've kind of learned from. But yeah, thank you very much. Very much appreciated.
So Natasha, you're not just wearing the Lily hat on this film, you've come on board as a producer as well. Or not necessarily come on board, you are a producer. You might have started the whole thing and brought Cam on board, who knows?
It was kind of a mutual decision. We were having just a catch-up Zoom one day, and we were like, okay, what are we going to work on next? Wastelands is in the festivals, and we're both really eager to get on with things and just talking about stuff, and decided that we would just jump straight in the deep end and go for a feature, and it would be the biggest one yet. And it just kind of snowballed from there. So yeah, Kev and I are co-producing this one together, and then I obviously will be playing Lily as well. But yeah, it's been very exciting to be on the other side of the camera for once.
So what's this like for your mindset? I mean, you graduated 2017, is that correct?
Yes, that is right. Yeah.
And I think 2020 has been kind of written off, other than Zoom calls and writing stuff. But filming wise, it's been a bit of a struggle for everybody. So you're relatively new to this whole world, I think.
Yeah.
So what's it like going from acting and producing at the same time? How do you mentally process that lot? Because obviously you're more than doubling your workload.
I'm not sure I have processed it, to be honest. There's some days where my head is so full of things that it's kind of, I don't really have time to stop and have a break, but that's good because that means I don't have time to sit and think too much about the facts that we're in lockdown. So it's good for me to keep mentally active and busy. But yeah, it is quite surreal in some ways to go from not that long ago talking about my showcase and inviting people to that, and then all of a sudden now I have feature film credits of my own to my name, and now I'm producing another one. It's very exciting, but also quite surreal.
It's very cool, isn't it? But you worked with Kemal
cool.
on Wastelands, one of his previous films as well. So what was that like?
Yes, I did.
What did you learn from him the most? Other than the fact the guy, his brain is just 24 hours a day, constantly firing out ideas and thinking about stuff.
It is constantly working, his brain. I don't think I've ever met anybody as passionate about film and being creative. And I suppose the biggest thing I've learned from Kemal is to trust myself to take risks. I guess that's probably why I'm now producing something with him, because he just instills so much confidence in you to follow your own thoughts, I guess, and to be brave enough to do these things. That's something that I've definitely taken away.
I also think this is like the opposite of a Kemal roast. We're just all firing compliments at you, Kim. Sorry, make you blush or whatever. But you are a genuine actor's director, and I noticed that by witnessing you do your thing when I was there, is whether somebody's acted many times over the years or whether it's their first time, you are so attentive to all of them and you never leave a person out with regards to advice, or you're always seriously approachable as well. So thank you very much for that, as I'm sure everybody thanks you for that that's worked with you on various bits and pieces.
Thank you. I mean, I am quite a harsh director as well. So let me roast myself. I am quite a harsh director to work with sometimes. I am a bit of an exacting person. Like I know what I want. And sometimes I'm quite brutal when it, with my advice. But at the same time, sometimes I try and balance it out with, being supportive and making sure inclusivity is there and we're all working as a team. It's always about the project. It's never a personal thing. It's always about the project, and I am passionate, and sometimes that comes out as, I don't know, crazy director.
No, energetic director. I will agree with the fact that the project comes first and you know exactly what you want, but you have also got that very kind ability to be able to explain to whoever it is why you want what you want. It's never just a case of don't do that, do this. It's a case of no, try it this way. This is the benefit, and this is why I want it. And people go, all right, that's cool, and they try it. So I have seen crews do very long days and not complain about you. You're generally very, very well thought of, so that's always nice to hear.
Thank you very much.
So and if you just transfer that money to my PayPal, Kemal, for saying that, it's not a problem. I need a new pair of shoes, so that's fine.
During time, you have to send PayPal rather than slipping a 20 quid in your pocket.
Yeah, of course. So the schedule for The Haunting of the Lady Jane, obviously, who knows what 2021's doing, but what are your plans at the minute for that? If of course you hit the crowdfunding campaign and get the budget, so get donating, people.
Well, if and when, because we're being very positive about it, if and when we hit it, our schedule looks like we're going to begin in October. So we've still got quite a few months of pre-productions to get everything in place to begin the process of being prepared to film. So October is our tentative, depending on how COVID is developing, is our plan. That is what we're heading towards. So yeah, I'm really hoping that we reach that. I don't even want to think about it if we don't reach the target.
No, not at all. No.
For me, it's all about reaching that target. So.
The reason I said if is you do sometimes get people who sit back and they're looking at the social media going, oh, they're doing quite well, don't need my money. And it's like, no, if too many people do that, then you know, nobody gets a budget. So it's,
you know what?
chip in.
If people love independent film, and if people love horror, and if people really want to get behind projects and support them, because we're not the kind of team that just want to make a film and disappear. Everybody that's putting into the film is involved. We have actors, we have filmmakers that have got acting roles. We've got, we're lucky enough, we've got Tom Lee Rutter, who's an incredible filmmaker in his own right. He's my folklore brother. Like, we both call each other folklore brothers. He's taken a really, really good role in the film and helping to really push the film out there. So we've got a really good unit of people behind the project. We've got, Ash Mountain Films talking about the film. We've got CO Handy Films talking about the film. So we've got a lot of group of people that are really into it. And obviously behind the scenes, we've got a massive amount of passionate people. So all those people that are looking at that and thinking, oh, they've got too much money, every pound helps us get to that, or dollar gets us to that, over that line. So if you have a passion for film and you want to get involved in it, in something which is a passion project, not something to just try and sell, then please get behind it, because it really will help us. We're going to do, and everyone can tell I don't sleep. This is me.
I can testify to that. Kamal never does sleep. I've seen him work 24 hours a day. Even Jack Bauer thinks you need to sleep. Oh.
Then I do need to sleep if he thinks I need to sleep.
Yeah.
So we're really passionate about it, and we're going to put 110% into it, and we're really excited because the influences that have gone into this project, like the British TV and horror films of the 70s, is going to be imbued in this film, because that's my era of cinema, the 70s, in particular British TV and horror is my main influences, and we're going to imbue the whole film in that, and it's going to have this rich, I'm hoping, palpable tension that runs throughout it. And people that love that type of film will kind of pick up the references that are in the film and hopefully, really get behind it. And we're so lucky because we've also got Helen Udi that's going to be playing a dual role in the film. She's playing Ran, but she's also playing another character in the film as well. So, and she's a horror icon.
She is. I got well excited when I saw her name. I'm like, she's from the Dead Zone. That's one of my top 10 movies ever. Is the the Cronenberg Dead Zone. I got well excited.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to be directing an actor that David Cronenberg directed.
Is it?
So, to me, I was just like fan moment. I was fanning out at that moment. So we're lucky, and she absolutely loves the script, and we're zooming with her, all the time, messaging. So she's really, really passionate about the project as well, and she's pushing it. So any fans of her, she's got a lot of screen time in the film as well. She's in the film, so it's not just a fleeting quick cameo. She's not just going to appear on a screen. She's got a proper full out role. She plays a demon, but so she's got a justifiable character in the film, which is, which she's also looking forward to play, because she's looking to flex her drama roots a lot more. And this film, she's saying, is going to showcase that. So we're really passionate about having her. So the whole team that we've got is incredible, like really, really incredible. And we just need to get over that line. So if people are looking at it just saying, yeah, don't worry, they're going to reach out, they don't need my money. No, we need everyone's money. So put as much money, even if it's £1, even if it's $1, even if it's 5,000, which is our top perk, then please put in, because any amount will really, really push us over that line.
See, that's the thing. I think a lot of people, we're very familiar with crowdfunding and the way the dashboards work and how stressful it is running a campaign and stuff. But I think a lot of people, certainly who will end up donating, may look at the campaigns and go, well, I've never donated to one ever. It is quite easy to do. You can donate through PayPal or your debit cards or whatever. You will see a list of perks, but there's also the option of donating without a perk. So it doesn't, some people look at Kickstarters and say, oh, the cheapest perk is like £10 or $10 or whatever. You can put in less than that if you don't happen to have that amount. So you can go, do you know what, I'll skip a Starbucks coffee or whatever. Don't know if Starbucks are open in a minute, but you know, that type of thing. Skip buying your Radio Times this week and put in a couple of quid to Kem's film, and do it that way. So crowdfunding isn't scary from the donating point of view, we promise. It's just scary from the people at the other end that are thinking, we need a budget because we need to start filming in October. That's the scary part, but it is super easy to donate. It really is.
It's got a lot easier now, with the advent of mobile phones and the apps that you can get. It is really easy to do. It really, really is easy to do.
And I think with Kickstarter, I don't think the donations are taken until the campaign closes, if I remember rightly enough. So
that's correct, yeah.
If somebody gets paid at the end of the month, you can still donate now, and then it'll come out on the 25th. So maybe if you get paid a little bit before the end of the month. But so there's all these things. But I've donated to a few campaigns when I've been able to, and it's crazy rewarding. Sometimes I'll go for perks, but sometimes you just purely go for the passion of the people in front of the camera and behind the camera. To me, that's the bigger win for me personally, is to help somebody else. Because people like you, Kev, you've helped me, and I'm now making my own films, which that's the poster for one of them, which is 2/3 shot, and then lockdown happened. So wow, that's fun. So I can't shoot the remaining third, and my teen actress is getting older by the minute. So hey, rewrites. That's always fun. So yeah, there's a whole fun story to go on that one. But yeah, no, you've inspired me. I inspire other people, and I really like the way that you guys are handling the social media campaign as well.
Thank you.
You will see a lot of campaigns who just put an update now and again, but you're fully interactive with the community and the people that are donating and the people that are retweeting and all that. And I think that is a big key. So if people can't donate, because not everybody can in this mad year, retweet or share the posting on Facebook or
sharing it to
sharing.
So important, absolutely, because that really helps us wider, reach a wider community. So really, that's and so appreciated if people do that. It'd be so appreciated as well. Yeah,
and also UK-based film, you don't have to be in the UK to donate. So
no,
which is
thankfully
good.
we're in a connected world now. It's worldwide, so anyone can donate.
So if you're
even up to
Argentina, Luxembourg, Belgium. I could just sit and rattle all the countries off that you could do, but pretty much all of them. If you've got internet signal, you can donate to the campaign, can't you?
And you can watch it as well. We do one of the perks that we have on offer is an online screening anywhere in the world that all the cast and crew will be at as well. So anybody anywhere in the world will be able to watch the film with us if they want to.
Nice. So to those crazy people who don't have Blu-ray players and don't have physical media, firstly, what's the matter with you? Secondly, you can still watch the film anyway. So
exactly.
So what's the thing you're looking forward to most, Natasha, with this whole, other than obviously this Zoom conversation, but we'll say that's a given. But what are you looking forward to most in this whole project?
Gosh, I don't know. Actually, I haven't really thought about that one.
Think about it.
She's just woke up. She's like, I'm tired. I've been up thinking about scripts all night.
Do you know what? When I do go to sleep, all I dream about is crowdfunding and film production. So I don't even get a break when I sleep. I think probably the logistics of filming on a narrow boat, because they're so small and cramped anyway, and trying to make a film on that is going to be a challenge in itself. So I'm looking forward to working around that.
Okay. Kemal, what are you looking forward to?
Right. Me? Oh wow. I am looking forward. I'm looking forward to the whole thing, to be completely honest, because it's a story that I've been wanting to tell for so long, and I've always wanted to be able to tell a whole feature film on a barge boat, because I absolutely love that, the environment of it and the ruralness of it and the isolation of it. And obviously, if anyone's ever seen any of my films, I don't know if they would have, but if you ever see any of my films are very much about isolated characters in some respect or another, whether it's self-isolation or imposed isolation in some way. So this was just a perfect vehicle to kind of really play on that isolation, which I think is probably the most important factor of horror, is to isolate the characters in order to create that dread. And so as a filmmaker, to try and kind of explore that, and the visual way that I'm going to try and explore that, and with amazing cast that I have, that knowing that I don't really have to I don't have to worry about performances as much because I know that I've got such great actors that are really going to put themselves into those characters and do them justice. So yeah, getting on that boat of filming, and also seeing Rand come to life. I am really looking forward to seeing Rand, the kind of demon deity, come to life, because it's been a while since I've done that kind of makeup in film before, because I've kind of took the path of much more psychological drama type films, whereas I'm kind of going back a little bit to the stuff I used to do, and I want to, you know, to see that demon come alive. And we've got some brilliant concept artwork that's been designed for us. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all of it. I just want to get home. Honestly, you know what I'm like when I'm filming. It's my happy place. It's where it's where I feel most at home when I'm filming. So.
And I think certainly after the year that everybody's had, it must be really good to go, right, now we're going to start doing something. Because I don't know what it's like, what it's been like for isolation for the pair of you, but I barely left my house in 12 months. I've walked to the town that I live in maybe 10 times, to the supermarket. I've not been to the town that way in over a year. I've not worked in my work office for over a year, so I barely spoke to anybody else if it doesn't involve a computer and a webcam. So I would be itching to get back out and safely film and whatnot.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I think we're going to be giddy for the first day on set, just being around people. It's like, how do you interact with people that are not in your bubble anymore? God knows, you know. So I think we're all going to be quite excited, but I think it's what the world needs. We need to kind of get back out there and start living the lives that we really should be and hopefully want to be. But obviously, you know, all being socially aware and making sure that we're sticking to those guidelines, because that's something we're doing on this film, is that we're obviously looking at the advice, sticking to that very closely and making sure everyone is safe, because, you know, that is the most important factor. But yeah, but it would be good to just go out and, you know, spend time with human company, you know, that's not in your immediate family. So I'm not getting egged. Hopefully I won't be getting
no eggs. No. So it's not going to be a scene in the film where everybody just, like, you know, the demon just starts throwing eggs at you type thing. That would... It's a good outtake.
No, that's the rat party.
That's the rat party.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've got 5,000 eggs on order.
I just want to put out there that we're at the moment trying to get to the 10K mark.
Yeah.
And Natasha,
here we go.
Natasha's caught, because what I have planned for her is hopefully going to be worse than the egging. We really need to push. We really need. Stuart knows. So we really need to push to 10K in order so people can see what we're going to do to Natasha at 10K. So yeah.
And Natasha, do you know what they're going to do to you when you get to 10K? Or
sorry, can I just? I didn't say. I meant halfway mark. So 50%.
Yeah.
Which is 12 and a half.
12 and a half. Yeah. So 12 and a half. Do you know what they're going to do, or is this all going to be a surprise to you or a shock?
So
you do know. Okay.
I do know. I agree to it because I'm a bit mental. Clearly, bearing in mind I live in Scotland and it's very cold here.
Yes. Which county in Scotland are you? I'm from Fife originally.
Oh, South Lanarkshire.
Right. So yes, it's very cold.
Oops. It is, yeah.
Oh no. So so need to get to 12 and a half then. So, you know, whatever can happen to you.
And then he gets his revenge, yeah.
But then when you hit the 100% target, then I think you need to come up with something to fire it back at Kemal.
He's the right director. Suggestions for that one.
That's exactly it. We're looking for suggestions. Go on, Natasha. Tell them about that.
So anybody who's got any suggestions that are clean and legal, then
I'll throw these ones out then.
Then please do let us know, because we are definitely looking for something that we can make Kemal do.
Nice.
Specifically Kemal, nobody else.
No, just Kemal. Yeah.
Kemal.
I don't do the eggs one. That's been done. Make it something bigger, something more monumental when you get to the final figure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Suggestions on the poster.
Maybe I'll shave my hair off. How's that? A first, Stuart. You got a first. What if I go completely bald?
That would work. Yep. So if you might hit target in like 48 hours now, because you know, I'm going to get this online as soon as possible. So this should be online by the end of the day for you, just to sort of maximize the time and whatnot. But fun times, isn't it?
Amazing.
Yeah, it is
very fun times.
Just so passionate about getting this film out there that we've put 110% effort into it, and we're going to continue doing that for the foreseeable future.
So where can people first, I mean, if anybody doesn't have a pen and a paper and you want to write down any links or whatever, just message me or Twitter me or whatever, and I'll pass you on. But where can people find out more about the haunting of the Lady Jane, and where can they donate?
Okay, so
who's going with that one?
Yeah, I forgot that part. A little box popped up in the middle of my screen and just blurted you out there. So it's like I got rid of that box.
So we've got our Kickstarter campaign, so you can find us on Kickstarter, and it's The Haunting of the Lady Jane on Kickstarter. We've also got our Facebook page, which is The Haunting of the Lady Jane. We also have our Twitter, which is @HauntingFilm, and then we have our Instagram account, which is also The Haunting of the Lady Jane. Or you can link up with either myself or Natasha at our own personal Twitters, which, you know, we're very vocal on Twitter. So even if you put The Haunting of the Lady Jane, we would come up.
Yeah.
Right, we're quite vocal on that at the moment. So
That's to be expected. That's a good thing. Good thing. Be vocal. Be
It's
vocal.
mostly just me roasting Kemal, but that's fine.
That's fun too, though, isn't it? It's quite enjoyable. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to. I mean, I've been following the journey of the film anyway. When I've been on Twitter, and sometimes even whilst I've been working my night job, but don't tell my bosses. That's how much I care. That's how much I want to see a new Kemal film. I'm very excited. No, I am genuinely excited to see any project that you do, Kem, because I've been a fan of yours for probably nearly 10 years now. I think it was Rolls, which was what, 2012?
well, by the time it was released, I think 2014. I think
2014.
Well, it was just before 2014 that it was released. We had the DVD release in 2014.
And I still have the DVD in my other room, wonderfully signed by yourself as well. So
Thank you very much. We really appreciate the support and the shout outs that you've been giving us, and you know, this time to talk as well.
But not as much as you appreciate total strangers from the horror family donating to your campaign. I'm all right with that. I'll take a sideline for that one.
Obviously, we always prefer the horror family over you, Stuart.
Yeah, to be honest, I prefer the horror family over me as well, so it's fine. We're all in agreement, so that's not too bad.
I think we prefer them over everybody, to be honed.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But, I mean, I personally wanted to just. We're so thankful of all the pledges we've had so far. You know, we're doing quite well. We've still got 21 days to go, but we really need to push it and amp it up. So anyone that can put any money in, it would be so appreciated. And from the bottom of our hearts, I would be eternally grateful.
And I know that for a fact as well, because you're one of my favourite filmmakers.
Thank you.
And Natasha, you're now one of my favourite producers. So there you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I was feeling a bit left out with the bromance going on here.
No, we just like it when you watch. It's fine. It's all right. So what have you two got planned? What have you got planned for the rest of your day, other than obviously clicking tweets and sharing Facebook postings? Natasha, what's your plans for the rest of the day?
I mean, you've just summed up the rest of my day, to be honest. Yeah.
Kamal, what about yours?
Marketing, press and PR emails that I'm sending out, a couple more interviews, written interviews I have to get done today.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to take my doggy for a walk.
Nice. Was that the doggy that was barking near the beginning of the conversation?
No, that was Natasha's
dog. That was my dog.
That Natasha's dog, okay.
I think the postman came.
I think the dog, I do speak dog, and I think the dog was going, haha, let me throw more eggs at Kemal. Which was
he was probably saying it was a waste of eggs, actually.
Probably, yeah. Scramble them and let me have them, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But no, I wish you both the very, very best of luck. We will speak again anyway, but just the very, very best of luck with the rest of the campaign. Finishes on the 25th of March, so there is still plenty of time, but, you know, there isn't, get donations in like now. As soon as you finish listening to this conversation, which will be in about a minute and a half, head to Twitter, head to Kickstarter, and donate whatever you can and whatever you want to these two. It will be much appreciated, and it will all end up on screen. I can testify to that because I've seen the work that they put out. So that is
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Not a problem. But you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch up with
you
you soon.
You
I will
too.
be retweeting you in about 20 minutes.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.